You know what, Aaron? I think you know why that well water is so good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, get your headphone in. And then talk when you can. Oh, yeah, you can move the microphone however you like to.
Okay.
Yeah. How you liking this?
This is
weird. If you want to move it closer to. Yeah.
We ain't got this technology up here in Maine.
Yeah. Well, I'm bringing it to Maine, motherfucker. You're going to be the first one to innovate. It's going to be Korea microphones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Korea mics.
I sound like an old salty dog on this thing.
Wait, what? I didn't know that was a thing. What's a salty dog? Was it like raspy because he just like swallowed a...
Yeah, like an old junkyard dog, you know?
Yeah, what you doing on my property? Yeah. It's like he got salt and pepper fucking... Like he actually did the cinnamon challenge.
I have never
and just never could get the powder out of his mouth.
I've seen videos of it though, but yeah.
Dude, yeah, don't do it. It's not fun.
No,
I did it once.
Sound it.
No. If you want to, might have to call you for EMT to fucking do the Heimlich maneuver on some motherfuckers.
Yeah. Take the oxygen right out of you.
Yo, literally, dude, I thought I could do it. You know, you think you're just badass, just like saltine. Actually, the saltines. You ever did the saltine challenge?
No, I never have.
Let's bring this up a little bit closer. Oh shit. Hello. Oh, David's sinking.
Is that better right there?
Oh wait, I'm loosening it.
Oh.
Right there.
There she is.
There she blows. There you go. Go ahead.
What were we talking about?
Oh, there you go. Oh, no, because the saltine. You ever done the saltine challenge?
I have not. It wants to fall over. Is that okay?
It just wants to give you a hug. It wants to come closer.
I guess so.
That's what these mics are for. They want you to like come closer, and then they absorb your soul through the microphone.
Yes.
Like, just fucking gone into it like magic, like the magic school bus. We just like just get super small.
Right.
Just go into dude. But what was it? Yeah, they did the saltine challenge. It's like I think 7 in under a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the crackers?
Just the crackers.
Okay. No.
See, it gets you thinking, right?
Yeah.
You're
you
like,
can't eat all 7 at the same time, or
no? It's basically you don't have to do it exactly at the same time, but you have to finish 7 of them.
Oh no.
In under a minute.
Oh wow.
See, I mean, you look at it, you're like, that sounds doable. Yeah. No, it's not. It's
really?
not. Unless you definitely don't smoke beforehand. That's definitely, I mean, cotton mouth is just going to be a word. You're going to be sitting there, like, after your second cracker, like 2.5, you're going, like, fucking super slow because you're just all dry. You almost feel like an old person with new dentures trying to work them.
Need some water.
You thirsty? No, you can't use water, nothing.
Really?
Nope.
Okay, I've heard the dairy challenge, you got to drink like a gallon of milk under an hour or something. Yeah.
And under an hour? No, that's...
The boys up here from the freaking sticks like to do that. They drink a gallon of that milk, you know. They try to drink all of it under an hour. Oh, you end up throwing up, though, like 45 minutes into it.
I can just picture, like, it being like a funny, like illegal, and you see cops just break down the door. Like there's a bunch of like they break down the door, and it just shows you and like a bunch of your neighbors and stuff like in a circle, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And you just hear that, and and then it turns around like from your perspective, like the camera, you just see him chugging milk, like just straight off the udder too, like not even through a bottle. You're arrested for drinking directly from the udder of a cow. You
still
nasty.
Warm, getting a hit off that heat from the cow, you know.
Oh, and then maybe some poo that might have flung on there too. You didn't even see it, but you went right in for it because it was on the other side.
Dude, that's one of the things when I go milking. The first thing I do is I dip the udder in iodine, and then I have to wipe the manure off because their udders are usually covered in manure.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So we have a little jug of iodine that we dip the teats in, and then it wettens them up. And we get a rag, and we have to clean them off. Then we hook up the milker to them to keep the.
Is there pre-milk that happens in that situation?
Sometimes, if the cow has like mastitis or something, you kind of have to like pre-milk it. You know.
Wait, what is it called? Wait, what is it? What
mastitis.
What's mastitis?
Disease they get in their udder. And it makes their milk come out like string cheese for like the first like 20 seconds.
Oh, is that like with guys with our dicks with like, what is it? Fuck. Goat cheese? Fuck. I forget what they call it. Shit.
Pre-cheese? I have no idea.
No, it's like, I forget what it's like an STI or STD.
Oh, God. Really?
It's basically like you fucking.
Maybe this is the
It's
same
like
thing.
It's like goat cheese. Same thing, but with udders, huh?
That sounds painful.
It just sounds like an easier job for the cheese factory. It's already fermented.
This is true, yeah. But the cheese company doesn't like it.
No. We can't have it already pre-fermented. All right, we have to at least make it where our job is actually, shows actually value.
Yes, for real.
But what was it too? I can imagine you just kick down the cows, just having like a whole ring, like a straight raw chugging competition ring in Maine.
Sounds like a lot of diarrhea.
Aaron Correia and fucking milk chugger gang
have
been arrested in fucking in the middle of nowhere chugging fucking illegal milk. Right. Hasn't been processed properly.
The government come after you after that because we're not allowed to sell our raw milk to the public. That, you know what I mean? Because their insurance won't cover the farm.
Oh, okay.
So, but
but like, isn't there benefits for benefits for raw milk?
They say it's really good for your gut, but according to the government, there's this bacteria in raw milk that's supposed to harm us.
Oh, really?
But if you think about it, the Amish, they only drink raw milk, and they're doing all right. You know, the Amish only drink raw milk. As far as I know, I'm here in Bradford. You know, the time I've talked to them and stuff, they only drink raw milk. You know, natural stuff, and they seem to be doing all right. I mean,
hey, they're still fucking lifting houses and shit. So I think they're doing pretty fucking good. I think that protein's really kicking in for them.
Yeah,
and that's how is it like?
It's raw milk.
Yeah, like. What's the taste?
Oh, it tastes like it's the consistency is similar to eggnog. It just tastes like really like heavy whole milk. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh, okay, like
it's
heavy
very
cream.
Thick. Yeah, it's very cream. It's almost yellow too. And sometimes on the top of the raw milk, there'll be like a layer of like curd. You have to like brush it off sometimes. Yeah,
we don't need that.
I don't drink too much.
And then put it on your peanut butter sandwich, right?
I never thought about that. It sounds like a good
idea.
I don't know.
Actually. Wait, like, do they actually save the curd? Is that something like you can use this for another process?
That's something you'd probably have to ask like somebody like the Amish or something. Cause I don't drink too much milk, to be honest with you.
Dude, I feel you. I like milk, but like my sister. Oh, dude, my sister, she fucking drinks milk.
She's
like
she needs on that dairy, huh?
Yeah, but it's like the processed dairy though, so it's like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I wonder what like. It makes you think too. It's because our natural gut biome. You know what I mean? Like you say, it probably helps us with our microorganisms that are in there too. This is supposed to be diverse and shit. I would love to try some actually.
Hey, come milk me tomorrow. Straight from the tip. Come milk me tomorrow. You can put the udder right to your mouth and just suck. You can take in the goodness.
What are you doing? Like trying to convert again, Aaron? I thought we told you. We fucking arrested you 2 years ago because of this shit.
Just don't look at the cow in the eye when you're doing it because she'll get the wrong impression.
Hey there, Daisy. Hey there, Daisy. Oh. Yeah. Then she calls out all of her friends, and they start coming, and it becomes like a fucking cow fucking porno.
Oh god!
Yeah. All just utters. One has cottage cheese getting poured. Oh no! That's might have to send it to Theo Vaughn, the sponsor.
That would be something.
How is it to live it like? I know it's crazy because like we used to go to high school together, and then you just went into the middle of nowhere, man.
Dude,
it's like where Cowardly Dog lives.
I know. Oh, what's that noise?
I think that
sounds like a big tractor. Oh, must be the neighbor. He has a couple fields up the road, I believe, that I think he hays.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Wait, he's making his own fucking pass back there.
Probably. Yeah. He has cows, so he like.
Wait, he does have cows?
Yeah, he does. Luke has cows.
Oh, okay.
The guy lives down.
What for like meat or for
for
dairy?
Meat, for me, okay. And he feeds them hay and stuff for the winter, and so he's been doing a lot of haying, I believe.
Haying, I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, so he has like a machine that wraps it and everything?
Oh yeah, he's got. Cheers, buddy. Nice seeing you.
Hell yeah, nice. Thank you for having me over, man.
Quite a few tractors. But I came to my life in Maine, in Mass. Nothing against Mass or anything, but it was just hard to make a living and be able to like get your own place and stuff. And it's always been my dream to own land. So I was like, you know what? If I don't do this now, I'll probably never have opportunities again. So I just kept looking for land, saving money, and I found this piece, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? And then I just moved up and sent it.
Damn, man. And it's so wild that you say that too. Like there's like when you're talking about like when you're finding like it's better to do it now than later where I might not. And then you do literally like then you see all this shit happening with COVID and everything. Yeah. Like fuck, shit like this. As soon as this, they probably would have got bought up by like some competitor, like BlackRock or some shit. For all you know.
I don't know. And I found this place, and I was like, it went up for sale on a Thursday, and I was here that weekend. Like, hey, I'll buy it. I haven't even seen the place. I just wanted to take that risk. You know what I mean?
Like that? Damn.
So, but I mean, I had to put a lot of work into this place. I didn't get it inspected or anything like that. So,
dude, that's what, dude. The majority of fucking people buying homes now, they just skip the fucking inspection.
Really? No kidding.
It's just because they just want to get, like you said, just get that house. And go.
Like, dude, that's the thing about land too. Especially there's nobody's making more land. So, like, land goes up for sale. It goes pretty quick, even up here in Maine. And, I mean, a lot of times people buy property. Like, somebody bought 140 acres down the road, this older couple from Mass, and they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. Like, life up here is pretty different from Mass.
Yeah.
And he couldn't put a driveway in. Like, he couldn't find work. There's not a lot of trades up here. It's a lot of just, like, mom and pop kind of stuff. Like, hey, I know a guy that can do carpentry. It's
I know a guy.
Tough to find, like, businesses up here that will do, like, work for you and stuff. or honest work. So like he bought that property all the way down the road, and no one wanted to fix the road. Nobody. So after like a year and a half, he's actually reposting it for sale because he can't build a house down there because it's just so much work, you know.
Wait, so there's no house, nothing on it?
No, remember we were driving early on the 4-wheeler? There was like almost like this like a brand new driveway like down that road. That's where he was going to build a house.
Damn. And he's like, what the fuck?
He had a guy try his best to fix the road, and then a rainstorm came out and it all washed out because they didn't do it right.
Yeah.
So it's tough to build a house down here. Luckily, like for the most part, from up the road to where I am now, the bulldozer and having neighbors that help me out with the road. But if it wasn't for them, man, this road would just wash out because the town doesn't maintain it. It's up to me and my neighbors to maintain the road.
It's private property.
Exactly. So I mean, we have probably about a mile of road that we have to maintain ourselves. The weather up here is crazy in Maine. You know, you have a lot of snow in the wintertime that just keeps accumulating. It doesn't really melt. And the springtime comes, and it's just mud and water everywhere for like 3 weeks to a month, and it's just miserable.
Damn, like that?
Oh yeah, dude, that road just completely softens right up. The whole road turns to clay. It's crazy.
Yeah, is it hard? You ever had trouble driving down it?
Luckily, my Tacoma has not gone stuck yet. Like I've been very, very close. I've had to put it in full drive when there was like snow and melted like ice and stuff and mud. It was just it was pretty sketchy. My neighbors have sunk their truck already. And it gets pretty wild.
You have to go out there with the bulldozer real quick, get him with the shave him with the John Deere real quick.
Yeah.
Like, I got you. Don't worry about it. Dude, how is it like compared to, you know, like because it is pretty crazy, you know, what happened to like, because down south in Massachusetts, like, yeah, people are neighbors, but they're not like.
They're not close, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Well, depending, obviously, you know, communities, because like I know, like Portuguese, like my family was very close, and like you know, my Cape Verdean side's always. It just depends on the family, but like I feel like the American, you know, nowadays it's like people I feel like don't know their neighbors as much anymore.
Like the neighbors I knew like back in Mass, they were close. You'd say hi to them. You'd have them over every once a year maybe for a coffee or come check this out. Up here, like. Especially how this road's private and we're so far away from town. And, I mean, you call 911, an ambulance is not going to be here for another 30 minutes. You become really reliant on them. Like, me and my two neighbors here, we really rely on each other. We're almost like family, you know. Like, I can just go over to their house and be like, hey, I need help with something. And same thing with them. If they need help with something, I'll come right over. So we're very close. Like, we see each other, 3-4 times a week. If one of my neighbors is driving down the road and he sees me outside, he'll stop and pull in just to say hi, or how's it going, And I'm the same way. Like the other day, I was coming down from the store. I took my 4-wheeler out there, and I saw my neighbors out in the front yard, and just stopped in. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" Next thing you know, I'm there for like 3 hours and having dinner. You know what I mean? They're just so hospitable.
That's awesome.
Or hospitality, I guess that's the word. But
well, I can imagine too when it's not big of a population out here, so you got this especially the social aspect of things. Like what's the closest like actual city?
Bangor, which is about 45 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
That's not even a city. I mean, Bangor's population is like 33,000, I believe, or 36. Oh, wow. Don't quote me on it, but I believe that's what it is. So it's about the same population as Dartmouth. Looking for cities, you're talking about Portland and Boston, which is 3 hours south from here. So
just for a day trip, like in the city, like
yeah, for sure. I mean, Bangor has everything that you really need. I mean, it's kind of like New Bedford almost. You got a couple bars, you have grocery stores, but that's really it. There's nothing else around unless you're really into like nature and stuff and you want to visit Baxter State Park or Bar Harbor stuff. But
it's not too far.
Not too far. I'm right in the middle of Acadia and Bar Harbor. I mean, sorry, I'm in the middle of Bar Harbor and Baxter State Park, where Katahdin is.
Oh, I don't think I've been there, honestly.
Like where Katahdin, Baxter State Park. It's beautiful, man. Katahdin's the tallest mountain in Maine. It's little smaller than Mount Washington, but it's pretty up there.
Have you climbed it?
Dude, I'm dying to. It's a tough climb, though. They say it's one of the hardest climbs in New England. Yeah.
Damn, okay. How much elevation gain do you remember?
I believe it's around 5,000, but don't quote me on it. Okay. I know there's no trees at the top, and you can see Katahdin. Like, if you go up to Lincoln where I work, you can see Katahdin from Lincoln, which is pretty cool. And it's,
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, we should have went up to the windmills tonight, though. There's windmills up in Lincoln, like on a little hill ridge, and you can see Katahdin and you can see Bangor way far in the distance. It's so beautiful.
That's what I love about Maine, though. It's you really are like disconnect. Like obviously you have the those cities and all that stuff if you want to go to society, but if you really want to disconnect, like you can get away.
That's one
really
thing.
Get peace of mind. I feel.
Yeah, that's one thing that really hit me when I moved up here. I was, it took me a few nights, and I was just like, you come outside at night. There's no one around. There's nothing around here, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you want to go anywhere, it's an hour away, So that's the biggest thing when I moved here. I was like, This is different because I'm so used to being in Dartmouth, like, a Taco Bell's 15 minutes down the road, or the grocery store, or
the Munchies hit. Like, fuck, I gotta go to Taco Bell. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
What's the closest Taco Bell?
dude, probably in Bangor, man.
Oh, Bangor. Oh, probably. Oh, okay. Like, damn. He's like just an hour drive just to fucking get to some Munchies.
Yeah.
Just hopefully it ain't shit. Hopefully they didn't fuck up your order too.
Yeah, that would stink.
I was gonna say like because I get mad because you were here by yourself for a bit, and like how did that affect you? Like how was it like?
Dude, honestly, my first year in the cabin alone, I didn't have a girlfriend. I was just kind of just living here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of getting used to living here. Dude, I learned a lot about myself, man. I spent the whole winter here by myself in my cabin. I'd work my 2 days at work, and I have my 4 days off, and I'd just be chilling here. It'll be snowing out. I picked up into like reading books and stuff, and like.
Oh, what are you reading?
What book was I reading?
It's like shit. I gotta dig deep.
Yeah. It was called The Hunt by Jason.
That sounds mad familiar.
Jason
Momoa. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but I first time I read a book since like elementary school. You know what I mean? Mm. And I got into like writing and stuff a little, but just kind of just really just being relaxed, which was nice. And I didn't have my plow truck my first winter. I didn't have a snowmobile. I had a 4-wheeler that was buried in the snow, so I really was just stuck inside. And it was really nice having all that whole winter of just kind of being inside by the wood stove and relaxing. It was nice. I enjoyed it.
Was it like when it came to like the writing more and the reading more? Was it kind of like? Just because I know you say you got closer neighbors, but I can imagine you weren't as close in the beginning, or unless you were right away. That's awesome too. But like, was that like a way to socialize, kind of like let your thoughts out and
like when I first moved up here, I mean they were skeptical of me as I was skeptical of them. Like they were like, "Who's this out of state or moving up here?"
Motherfucker, Massachusetts, huh? Dude. He probably lived in Boston.
Mainers will not admit it, but man, Mainers do not like non-Mainers living up in their state, bro. I'm telling you, it's because they don't want their lifestyle up here is very relaxed, laid back. It'll get done when it gets done. Mm-hmm. You chill out, you hang out, and you have a drink with your buddies. Mm-hmm. And they don't want to lose that kind of mentality up here. They don't want things to kind of speed up. You know what I mean? Keeping up with the Joneses and whatnot. So they like that laid back lifestyle, and they don't want no one to change it. That's why. Mm-hmm. So
it's the south of the north.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's good though. I like that though because. Yeah, again, going back to the community thing, you guys know each other. You got to know each other's background, which makes you appreciate. I don't know, just has better connection with other people, your neighbors, your community as well. Yeah, like even just New Hampshire. Like New Hampshire, I appreciate it because it's funny. I was talking to someone
New
too.
Hampshire's beautiful.
Oh God, and that's why I was like, damn, I'll buy property. Honestly, probably New Hampshire most likely. Maine's beautiful too, but I like being out there. Yeah, I want to be like right in the middle where I can drive to the city where it's not too far. But honestly, Littleton was a good vibe. It's like a big enough town where there's a lot of good like local restaurants and like stuff to do. And then obviously if you want to drive out, to like.
Where's that near?
It's next to Loon Mountain.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, it's next to Loon Mountain. I think I don't know specific. I think it's in the town where Loon is. I think Littleton is the town. Like, wait. Oh, really? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. But this is because some of them have like a Loon logo on their thing and all that. But I could be bugging right now. But yeah, I know one of the attractions that get people to Littleton. But there's a lot of good restaurants. Actually, shout out to Half Baked and Fully Brewed Half Baked and Brewed restaurant in Littleton. It was actually great food. I had like this chicken maple like sauce with like bacon and egg and spinach and Swiss cheese like burrito. Oh,
that sounds good.
But going back to like, you know what I mean? You can just have a conversation and get to dive deeper with people. People are more open to just have, like you said, have that conversation because it's like, besides, what's their other social life besides home, so it's cool to get, they really listen. They really like, oh, wow, you're from, it's cool. Dude. I was sitting there talking to the waitresses and just, for like 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, I gotta go.
Next thing you know, you're going over their houses and, you're sharing Pall Malls with them and stuff. And next thing you know, you become a Mainer,
Exactly. You just gotta like slowly incorporate yourself. Was that hard though like, was there, because I know it was, the first winter, it's like, did the winter really help you fully adjust to the lifestyle of like slowing down?
It took a lot of just relaxing and kind of just becoming comfortable with the point of just sitting in silence and just kind of not having to constantly do something, you know what I mean? Sitting down in the cabin for 3 hours, you know what I mean? I don't know. Listening to music and just chillaxing, that's okay. You know, and I feel like now, like, you know, life and stuff is just so fast paced that it's hard to find times to just really relax, you know, especially in today's society. And I feel like sometimes it's okay to relax. And one thing about spending, you know, the winter up here in the woods just by myself is I kind of learned how to just take a breath for once in a while and it be okay. You know what I mean? I not have to be like, oh my goodness, I feel lazy right now because I'm sitting down and just doing nothing. I'm just listening to music or whatever it may be, you know, not always constantly grinding or whatever, you know, but.
Wow.
Oh, did I? Oh.
No, you're good. I can still hear you, but no, that's beautiful. That's.
Yeah.
And a lot of people need that though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just because again, like, that's honestly beautiful to say, like, to be able to take a breath and not feel overwhelmed. Because a lot of people deal with that daily. And I think it's because, like, you know, in cities, because, dude, like, once I got to, like, New Hampshire and stuff, like, I didn't have this anxiety,
cloud of, like, confusion.
Yeah, it's like this way, like, but it's like, why do I even have this fog? Because, like you said, it's just we're so used to that rush pace, like, always have to do something. Always, it's like you don't have the time to organize what you want to do. Sometimes you just do it just to do it. Like, it's like, are you doing it with a purpose? Are you doing it with something? It, like, and I feel like it's a lot of people, you know, like, some people just go through like just doing something just cause, you know. Yeah. And what? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so what were you gonna ask? Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna. It was kind of like talk about like, did you ever have those like deep, like, did you learn a lot about yourself during that time? You know, because, you know, you're truly by yourself, because this is like your first time out with like family, right? Like, did you ever have moments where you felt homesick? Like, did you like, tell me like the mental struggle.
There's a few things I miss from living. I miss my family, of course. You know, the food, dude, is a big one, bro. I'm so sick of eating pizza, bro. That's all they sell at Bradford General Stores, pizza and sandwiches, and good for them, because they make a really good pizza. But dude, I'm over it, man. You know how much I want Chipotle?
Yo, no cap. Dude, but
I have to make a day trip to go. I mean, I don't even live that far off in the woods. You know, I live up in the woods in Maine. It's not like I live in Alaska, but it's just like I wish it was 10 minutes down the road, not an hour. Then I go there and I wait in a line for like an hour long, you know, because it's the only Chipotle around that sells burritos, and it's
you're like, son of a bitch. Can someone just at least like make like a cart stand like at the grocery store selling burritos? Like, dude, that's what I'm saying. I feel like something like that, like, especially around here though, you can make definitely like I don't know if like a full, you could make a career if you get enough people around here, like locals, like burritos. Oh shit, something different. Yeah. Oh, you know, like just burritos. Like, oh,
for
fuck.
Real. That's just one thing I miss from being in Mass is the food. Yeah. My family. Other than that, man, like, nothing against Mass. It just wasn't for me. The traffic, the noise, the way I saw, like, one thing that bothered me really bad about Southern Mass was the death of farming, and I'm really into farming, you know what I mean? Like, that's where we get our food from, and I feel like corporations right now own the farming business, which are feeding us like fake food and stuff that's not real. And I feel like, you know, you see all these small farms dying and they're selling out to solar panels or you know, developments, and like, dude, where's our food gonna come from? You know, you see it all day, and Massachusetts has lost most of farmland to developments, and I get it, people have to live, but so that's one.
Well,
of the
they need food though.
Yeah,
like, they need food to live, not energy. You know, energy too, but it's like, and see, and that's another thing like about energy that they don't realize too when it comes to, like you said, solar panels. Like, you're taking up valuable farmland for food, like, and then you got and there's people homeless in America. Like, at first, like, what the fuck, like that shouldn't even be an issue. Like,
absolutely.
Oh, dude, there's so many things I can go off of, because there's. Okay, I'm gonna start off because the farmers, like the death of farming. So, did you hear about Denmark, and it was like a protest, I guess, something about the farmers. I think it was, I don't know specifically what it was. It was either about reducing them, like stopping them from growing like a certain amount and shit. But like, dude, all the farmers at Denmark like literally caused, like they brought all their tractor, like their John Deeres, their fucking dude, and just held up traffic for days, bro, and then they ended up winning, you know.
Good
and
for them, though.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, though, this ain't even just happening here. It's happening in Spain. It's happening in other countries, like parts of the world, because like you said, farmers they're being just like, I don't know the real like the lifestyle of a farmer is not easy, but it's but like for how much value they give to society, their communities, like, and they're not being supported as much, like. It's weird. Like,
dude, the government controls it, man. That's why the government controls the food we buy. You know, it's all GMOs. It's all genetically modified. organisms, so they can make more of a profit. You know what I mean? We're getting a lower quality food for the same price. You know what I mean? Like the food, when I go over to the Amish store, I'll buy some vegetables off them. Mm-hmm. You gonna eat my mosquitoes?
I just seen one like fly. I was like, bitch, nah, we good. I'm
like the food I buy from the Amish just tastes and just feels bodily more nutritious.
That's why I want to try their donuts, like you said.
We'll go to them all morning. We'll get some fresh coffee and some fresh donuts, man. It's really good. But it's just, I'm for green stuff, but solar farms just bother me because I feel like it's corporations they're buying this farmland. They're giving the farmers, hey, we'll give you $1 million for this field. And then they make a lifelong profit off of getting solar from the sun. And they're getting rid of farmland. They're cutting down forests for these solar farms so they can make more money. I feel like we should all have solar. Like, I should have solar panels on my cabin and stuff. I feel like instead of making these solar fields, why doesn't everybody just get solar panels on their roof or something?
Exactly.
Why don't we make companies like that? Because these big companies can't make profit. That's what I feel like. It's all a big money grab.
Oh, 100%.
It's all a money grab.
And it's disgusting, too, because actually it's so awesome they pinpoint this, because this is one of my previous episodes, and it was about nuclear power. Yeah. Because it's another thing that, like, environmentalists should be open about, because they always talk about, like, solar panels and wind, but, like, also, like you said, you're getting rid of, valuable farmland. And also, you're destroying a ecosystem and the animal. Like, I don't know how many species are you killing of like maybe insects, small rodents, land nesting birds. They forget about that. Like, I understand, like they want to do good, but they have to see like everything about it. Like, you're harming more than than you are actually helping. And for example, going back to energy, I kind of went off topic, but so solar panels, for example, so for a nuclear power plant to create 1,000, I think it was a megawatt, like for example, like to create a plant like that, it takes less than a mile of field. With a solar panel to do the same thing, it would have to be 75 times that. So 75 acres just to produce the same, power outage of a nuclear power plant would, and obviously less space, which means more space for, agriculture if they want to go for gas. Another thing I'm actually surprised, like, I actually want to hear your opinion, is like, I don't know if it's like starting to become a bigger thing in like America and stuff like that, or, they do like mass production of like just one crop in the field. Like, why don't they do, because I've heard like if you keep it with different plants, it keeps the soil like nutrition, because if you keep growing the same plant, right, it just absorbs all the nutrients from the soil and you can't use it anymore. Yeah,
like I know like sometimes farmers they'll go. I mean, I'm not a farmer, but I know like they'll grow.
You got chickens, it counts. And you got 2 John Deeres. I think it's you're close enough,
dude. I'm still learning, man. I know like the farmers will plant a crop for a few years, and then they'll plant something else in like the winter and the fall time. They'll put different I don't know what it is, but they'll put different nutrients in the ground that the other plant is, or they'll give a field a break for so many years, and they'll grow like hay or grass. You know what I mean? Let the nutrients go back into the soil. But I'm not totally sure. Oh, okay. But like I know like they have they genetically modify crops nowadays where they can grow like so much more of a vegetable in a greenhouse with chemicals than they could do like 20 or 30 years ago in a field. But with the aid of chemicals and fertilizers and stuff, but
it's like what, and like exactly like you were saying earlier, it's like, what are we eating at that point?
Just
like, and you have, like you said, organizations like Monsanto who have full control of
everything.
The seeds, the seeds that are being produced, and like there's some crazy like, and they say like they have such rights to the seeds that like if you like genetically modify it or something or do something, like they can sue you or some shit. It's like, and it's like, wait, what the fuck, man? Like this is like a plant. Like why the fuck do you have right to what the fuck? You mean you're already genetically modified so much where it's not even nutritious anymore? Like what the fuck? We're just eating like empty carbs. Like it doesn't even like. It's disgusting, man. I don't know. It's crazy because like Monsanto they make Roundup too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and that Roundup is banned in 32 different countries in the world, and maybe even more now. That I
think I might got some right here.
No, exactly. But that's what makes you think like it's
keeps the spiders out.
Yeah, dude. Especially the spiders up here, they must be fucking wild. They're like looking with Glocks.
Dude, they'll be up here speaking Spanish up in the garage, bro.
Wait,
I'm telling you.
I think I also. Oh shit! I heard one. What's his name?
Dude, sometimes
Jose, I'm sorry.
they're so big I can put like little leashes on them with floss and like walk them around, bro.
Yeah, and then your chicken comes and eats it. Bow.
Yeah.
No,
Dude,
imagine the spider fucks up your fucking chicken.
dude, the guys. So when I had this garage door built, the only thing I didn't build in this garage was the garage door.
Oh, you got a company.
I got a company comrade. These two younger kids.
Oh,
they were probably like 23, 24.
Oh, really?
Two
Oh,
of
okay.
them. They were kind of.
They were off the meth.
They were off. Yeah, they're off.
No,
some
yeah.
shit. So anyhow, they came here early in the morning, right? And they built the door from the inside up, so that they started putting the panels up, and they didn't realize they didn't have another exit out of here. So they built up enough doors until the last panel, dude, and they locked themselves in here, bro.
Yo, get the fuck out! Yeah. Wait, what? Yo, you didn't have the windows up yet,
dude? No, they were big dudes, so they couldn't fit through the windows.
Yeah.
They were these two big chunguses.
Wait, what'd you call them?
Big chungus.
Big chunguses.
Big chunguses.
Yeah. And then like fucking 500-pound fucking 23-year-olds.
I left here. They started building the garage.
Yeah, how long? Wait, how long? Oh, you were gone while there?
I was here in the morning, then I left to go grocery shopping, which is an hour down to Bangor. So an hour there, an hour there. So 3 hours, bro. I came back here and I saw the garage door built. Dude, there was like about this much of a section of non-built door. Yeah. And I just see their eyes. They're like, yo, dude. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, hey, we've been locked in here for like 2 hours. Can you throw us the last panel so we can finish the door and put it up? We've been, I'm like, dude, it was like in July too, so it was wicked hot in here.
Oh,
so I gave them the extra pieces to finish the door so they could roll it up. The top track there, that's the part they left outside.
Oh, of course, yo.
They're like, we're about to start taking the door apart. And I'm like, you guys need anything? They're like, yeah, we need some water. We're wicked thirsty and a gun because there's a massive spider in here. Dude, there was a massive spider in here, bro. Yeah. And the dude was petrified of spiders.
Oh, yeah, my guy was like in the worst. He was in an episode of Fear Factor real quick. Fear Factor Maine. Yeah. Two men stuck in a shed. They locked himself in. And a Spanish spider named Jose is hovering above, ready to fucking bitch smack him. Will they be able to make it out before the owner comes back? Find out in the next episode of Fear Factor.
Shout out to them boys though, because they put a pretty good door up.
No, it is, dude. They put blood, sweat, and tears in this thing.
Oh yeah, and a lot of fear. I wish that spider was.
It runs off fear. It lifts off their fear. It's like, dude, that's a funny ass story, dude. That's the thing about Maine. I can imagine you can meet some characters up here though.
Yeah, there's some interesting characters, man. I remember one time I went out four wheeling. And I got lost.
Oh, God. Oh, you went by yourself, too?
Excuse me. No, I was with a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
A Mainer up here, and we got lost out here in the woods of Bradford, also known as the armpit of Penobscot County.
Wait, really? Armpit of Penobscot. Yo.
Oh man. Anyhow, so
wait, Penobscot County?
That's the county we're in Penobscot.
Wait, the Penobscot River's up here?
Yeah.
It's shit.
About 20 minutes down the road, up north. Yeah, Penobscot.
Dude, I've never...
the Piscataquis is about the same distance, yeah.
Dude, that's a Class 5 river.
Really?
Like for rafting?
Oh, no
yeah,
doubt.
like that's some good... That's one of the... Like that's a... Like if you want an adrenaline rush like that... I haven't even done that one.
I need to look into that stuff.
Dude, that's why... Like you and your girl should definitely go. Like that's an adrenaline rush. Like North Country River does it, but like you can probably... I wonder if there's a thing where you're like, yo, like... Because you live right next to it, so it'd be pointless for you to drive down to them for them to bring you back up. You know what I mean? But yeah, there might be a rafting company nearby actually. Unless no, I think they do have a setup up here.
I probably would have to go north a little bit because for the most part, if you look at the Penobscot River around here, it's very mellow. Like it's wide and not rapidy. You probably have to go probably like 30, 40 minutes north up to the mountains where there's rapids.
Probably. I haven't been. It's like, I know it's like an hour or more from the main spot. Okay. Yeah. I get it, Maine.
Want some bug spray?
Nah, dude, I'm good.
Okay, I got some like right over there if you need some.
Nah, fuck that. I'll be a man and get fucking mosquito disease. Then they'll suck my blood. I'll give my fucking nutritious fucking blood to the fucking... The mosquitoes. No, my fault. So you said the Penobscot?
Yeah. So the Penobscot's about
No, because you were my fault. You said you were lost in the armpit of Penobscot.
Oh, so I was out four wheeling. Got the wire hooked up.
Oh, you go, Dad. That thing's longer. Yeah, these are long as fuck.
And I got lost, and I was now on some dirt road trying to find my way back to the railroad bed, and I drove by this house the first time, and I saw this guy, like this bald-headed dude, like his house is pretty ransacked, and he's trying to start this push mower.
I thought you meant jack off. I was like,
No.
no, wait, I'm like, no, that's not how you do it.
Wrenching on this push lawnmower, and I drive by and I'm like, that's pretty interesting.
Wait, in the middle of fucking nowhere?
In the middle of Bradford, dude. He had this like little trailer, you know.
Oh, okay.
So I drove by him and like, you know, I'm like, I should probably ask this guy for directions. So I turn around, like this is probably 30 minutes of riding one way, so 30 minutes back. And it was probably about, you know, an hour before I met this guy again. And he was on his porch. He had a little porch on his trailer. And dude, the dude was tripping, man.
Wait, what?
I was like, hey, how's it going, man? I'm lost. And he's like looking at me and he's like, hey, I was like, yeah. He'd start leaning backwards. And I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get back to the LaGrange Railroad bed. I'm from Bradford. And he's like, oh, yeah. You got to keep. I'm like, hey, man. He's like, yeah, you got to keep. He's like, dude, he would fall and hit his head right on this railing. I'm like,
oh,
this dude is bugging, man.
You're like, I might have to fucking bring him to the hospital. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at. You're like, shit.
And somebody else came out of the trailer and the girl that didn't say anything to me grabbed him, went inside. I'm like,
wait, really? She didn't say nothing?
No, dude, I'm like,
she just looked at you.
Bro, I'm getting out of here. So I jumped back in my four-wheeler and I headed back the way I came. And
she's about to kill you. For all you know,
no idea,
probably be like Hansel and Gretel situation.
Yeah. So I jumped back on my four-wheeler and I ended up thankfully finding the road. This is when I first bought the place, so I wasn't even up here living yet, but it was
That's a good way to get acquainted with the neighborhood.
Yep. I'm like, all right, don't get lost out in the woods anymore.
Have like a fucking where they have it the GPS like map fucking GPS satellite fucking thing. Get like a SpaceX internet. Always have service on your phone. I was thinking about doing that honestly when I do. Excuse me, everyone.
Good one.
Shout out to. Actually, no shout out because you ain't sponsoring. So you ain't sponsoring.
Dude, I wish I had something to sponsor you, man, but I ain't selling nothing here.
Dude, this is a sponsorship, man.
Dude, I should run an Airbnb out of this place or something. But
dude, no, you really couldn't, dude.
I know.
Well, the thing is, like, what are the close attractions nearby?
I'm an hour and 20 minutes from Baxter. I'm an hour and 20 minutes from Acadia in Bar Harbor. So I probably can run some kind of Airbnb.
Yeah, you could, honestly. Yeah,
But like, do I want people out here, you know? Like, I'm at the point in life where I can like wake up in the morning in my underwear, sit on my porch, have a cup of coffee, you know?
Yeah, true.
Shoot a squirrel off my deck where that's been chewing, you know? And do I want people around here?
I know, right? Imagine, you just do like you do that, and then you tell them you serve breakfast, and then that's how you do breakfast. Like in the morning, you hunt squirrels. You're just in your underwear going out there like, this is Maine living. You have like a fat lip pack too. Like, that's you want red squirrel?
Yeah. Dude, that's like I had a guy come here from he was down from New Jersey. He was subcontracted for the power company to change my meter out.
Oh, really?
I have power here. I'm off grid. I'm the last cabin here with no power, and this guy came here to change my meter, and he was from New Jersey, and I had a squirrel in a cage on my deck with a gun right near it.
Yeah.
This is early in the morning, right? Dude, I hear a knock on the door, and there's a white pickup truck in my driveway.
You're like, who the fuck is here?
Like, who is this?
Yeah, you took out your gun again. You had another.
Yeah, and so it was somebody not from Bradford. It was a city folk,
City folk. Goddamn city.
So I opened the door, and the dude is like, "Hey." He's just like scared. He was looking at me, looking at the squirrel in the cage, looking at the gun. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "What's up?" I'm like, "This is a private road." He's like, "I'm just here to change your meter." I'm like, "Oh yeah, the meter's right over there on the telephone pole."
Yeah, fucking weak.
And he's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, he's looking at the squirrel and he's like, "You ain't gonna eat it, are you?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." My neighbor comes over and we eat squirrels for dinner. He goes, "Man, you people up here in Maine are crazy."
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm just kidding, bro.
Or am I?
Yeah.
Is that like fucking messing with them even more?
It tastes pretty good. I'm telling you. You get a little red squirrel.
Really?
You skin it, take the fur off of it, put it in the deep fryer with some batter. Dude, it tastes just like chicken. Wicked good.
Ooh. Wait, so it's like small enough to fit the whole body?
Oh yeah, dude, it's like eating a chicken nugget. Chicken nugget and a half.
A chicken nugget and a half. Oh, really? That's all the meat you got there?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, chicken nugget.
And I love squirrels. I hate shooting anything. So like the squirrels to me are pests.
Yeah,
they get into all my stuff. They make the nests and everything.
Oh yeah, you're telling me they got into your insulation, right?
Yeah,
fucking all that shit.
Oh yeah, especially living in a log cabin, they can find their ways into cracks, and they want to just live where you live. So I get rid of them, they're a pest, but I still eat them though.
Fuck yeah. I ain't going to waste that meat shit. You get a nice little pile of them. You can have like a 10-piece McNugget meal.
Oh, yeah.
A 10-piece squirrel meal.
McDonald's, dude. I have McDonald's and so on. There's some McDonald's right now.
Your mouth starts watering.
Want some peanuts?
No, I'm good. Yeah. He's like, we got some Bradford peanuts here. No, it's actually so cool though. Like fucking, like I'd even, because the last time I was here, 2 years ago, it was so dope. We were just like smoking, and then you had your blueberry fucking bushes right here.
Yeah, you just missed blueberry season.
Yeah, fucking deers stealing them, squirrels or the red squirrels.
Probably the squirrels.
Fucking red squirrels. Goddamn, they take souls and now fucking blueberries without their permission. Anyone's permission? Come on.
The blueberries weren't that good this year though, unfortunately. Last year and the year prior they were really good, but I think it's because all the water we've been getting this year.
Oh yeah.
The apples did good, but not
although yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yo, that apple was so fucking good, honestly, dude. I'm like, wow, to know this was like literally straight like grown from the backyard. Like what the fuck? Like this is amazing. Like and then like what's your moves? Like what's your main like are you trying to be like completely almost off grid?
I'm trying to be I don't think mosquitoes. I'm not trying to be like completely off grid. I mean, I like having power. It sucks to have an electricity bill. I'm trying to be as self-sufficient as I can. I'm trying to get myself completely out of debt. I'm pretty close to it. Get out of debt. Still have a full-time. I'm still working full-time. Work full-time until I retire, but be able to come home and not have a very expensive lifestyle. I feel like American lifestyles now cost so much. I mean, you're paying $1,800 for rent every month or $1,000 for rent every month. You're paying another $300 for groceries every week or, a week and a half. I'm trying to get the bills down as much as I can, so I can save money. Put it more into the property. More into education and equipment to grow my own food. I'd really like to grow my own food. I've just been, I honestly, probably laziness. I haven't really been gone out and growing a good garden and stuff, but.
It's that old, it's that southern way of thinking, man. It's that Massachusetts, it's the city folk way of thinking. Nah,
why grow your own food when you could just go to the store? But
literally, no cap.
I'm just trying to be self-sufficient, get out of debt, and not owe anybody any money, and just grow my own stuff, and just kind of relax and live my lifestyle, a laid back, slow lifestyle. Enjoy the simple things in life. That's one thing I learned up here in Maine. There's a lot of joy in the chase in life, but there's also a lot of joy in doing stuff like splitting wood. Like I heat my house with. Am I talking too much?
No, dude, okay. No. What? Keep talking. Yes, this is what it's about. Fuck, no one wants to listen to me. Fuck, they listen to fucking 100+ episodes of me. Fuck, they're tired of my voice.
Okay, I can just spend the bill every month in the wintertime to pay for kerosene or heating oil and not have to worry about wood. But I like to heat my own house with my own wood because. I go out, I cut the tree down, I buck it up, I split it, I stack it, I season it, and
you season it with salt?
No. I let it sit for a summer to let it dry.
Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, okay.
And this year,
but just so completely dry
so
throughout the whole thing.
It burns better, so you get more BTUs. So it burns.
Wait, BTUs?
When you throw wood in a wood stove, if there's moisture in it, it takes energy. You're covered in mosquitoes.
Oh, I am? Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're all flying around you.
Yeah, they just they like the melanin blood. I don't know.
So if wood is wet, when you stick it in the wood stove, it uses heat energy to displace that moisture, so you get less warmth in the wood stove.
Oh shit!
So the drier the wood, the hotter it burns, and the better it burns. So the last 2 years, I've cut my own trees, split my own wood, and I was basically living wintertime without a heating bill. I'd spend probably $20 a month on heating oil.
People are like,
I wasn't here.
Damn, people are right now listening to that $20 for heating. What? Hold up.
Yeah, but I burned a lot of wood. This year, dude, I was I hand split too, all by hand. Because I don't want to spend money on gas to use a wood splitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I got halfway through that pile this year. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pay somebody. I'm just going to work and just pay somebody. I'm like, wait a minute. I am doing complete opposite of what I moved up here to do to be self-sufficient, So you got to keep working, bro. Keep working.
But I feel like it's also, I respect that highly though. Yeah. Seriously though. Cause it's you really could easily, you could easily.
I could just pay somebody, but dude, I found when I'm splitting wood, man, you have a bunch of logs and you're spending the day just splitting wood. It helps you kind of just kind of chillax and hey, this is next thing you know, I'm listening to music and I'm chilling, doing this thing all day. And at the same time, you're having a good time and you're using the time to heat your house for the wintertime to save money,
Mm-hmm. And even it's even more than just saving money. It's your livelihood. You know what I mean? What if you ran out of snow. No, forgot to fucking fill your diesel or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your fuel and stuff. And then like, oh fuck, I just ran out of fucking wood and like.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you around this time
What?
from like 7 o'clock to like 9 o'clock in Maine, dude, the bugs are horrible. So the mosquitoes are gonna be chewing at us for a while.
Sorry, dude. Because it's all right. We got this. Don't worry. We got 15 more minutes. We can get through this. We can get through this. Guys, we are.
Dude, I'll
we are
talk
the
as
meal.
long as
We are the meal for today.
Oh yeah, Maine. The mosquitoes in Maine.
No, it's funny though. There's a
something
difference
else.
between city folk like me and you. It took you until now to say something. Me, I'm just like smacking all over the place. You're like, oh, you
bro.
good? Hey, you good?
Want another drink or something?
No, I'm still
Okay.
been drinking this one, dude. Fuck, ooh, that's a nice. Ooh,
Crisp.
that's crisp. Crisp old Budweiser. Dude, how do you feel about that whole Anheuser Busch thing?
Oh,
with the whole,
man,
like Bud Light literally destroying.
They destroy themselves.
Do you?
man.
But it actually makes me think too, because like, do you think this was another way to destroy American values though? Like internal, like, because think about it, Bud Light was the number one American beer. You know what I'm saying? Now it's now it's looking as American. Like, dude, the number one beer now being sold is Modelo. It's in America.
Really?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? No disrespect. Like, Modelo ain't bad, but it's just like, you know what I mean? A Mexican beer is the number one American beer. You know what I mean? It's like, is that? It almost makes me think of like a bigger picture. Like, was that just another way to like kind of just?
I don't know, man. I feel like
Have Americans stop supporting American.
I don't know. Probably. Who knows? You know, I feel like American companies are dying out. Like, especially being up here in Maine, northern Maine, there's a lot of mill towns. Like Lincoln's a mill town, Millenaukett's a mill town, where, you know, most of the people that lived in them towns back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, they would work at the mill or would be truck drivers. And most of those mills are closed now. You know, they've sold out to companies foreign, and it's like, dude, those mills have employed hundreds and hundreds of people. You know, it's like those towns built themselves on mills, and you know that's America right there. You know what I mean? And I mean, now you got all these small towns that don't have these big mills, or like down south you got the coal mines, or you know, not down south but like in West Virginia and stuff, and all these like the American jobs are just going, and I feel like it's too bad, like you said, like the American businesses are dying. I don't know what's going on in this country, man. I try to stay out of it.
It's hard though, because it's like you see it, like you said, like, you know, the expense of like groceries. I can imagine up here it's more expensive because, you know, like no one's fucking out here, so the delivery, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you charge more and all that shit. So it's like
groceries are more expensive, and that's why, like, that's one thing about living up in the woods. You got to be okay with being alone. You be okay living by yourself, and you know what I mean, having self-control, and being able to learn stuff like growing your own food and building your own stuff, because eating food and having construction up here can get really expensive. If you can do those two things, grow your own food and know how to build stuff, you'll be all set up here.
Yeah, exactly, right. Even if it's fucking guinea rig, like, you'll figure it out.
I feel like that's one thing too with our society. I feel like, you know, back then, you know, 100 years ago, I feel like most people were pretty self-sufficient with building their own homes, and I feel like nowadays people they're not in touch with being self-sufficient, or you know, I feel like, or even starting your own business. Like, I commend you for wanting to start your own empire, making money. I feel like, you know, people nowadays are just, they're tied to what people tell them to do, or whatever that may be, jobs, or I don't know, man.
No, you're not wrong, dude. No,
Yeah,
you're 100% right.
I feel like
There's people out there who are complacent with what is given to them, and they don't want to achieve like any more, like, well, I wouldn't say that, because like people, we all humans, you know, because I can imagine, man, when this fucking winter hits, the first winter, dude, you're gonna feel so good and thankful, be like, wow, I'm glad I busted my ass to chop all this wood, and that heat is gonna feel so much better, bro. You're like, wow, I did this. Like, you're gonna see your girl next to you warm. You're like, wow, I made sure she.
If I'm cold, like, oh, it's a little cold in the cabin. You know what? I'll throw more wood in the stove. It didn't cost me nothing but my time spending out cutting wood. You know. But that's just like, you know.
Or throw an extra layer of fucking clothes, right? Yeah, you know how it is. You try to push it so much, and it's like, all right, I guess we'll have to. But you just like icicles in your house. All right, I guess we'll fucking put the fucking wood stove on.
Yeah, dude, it got, I think it was like January, like end of January last year. It was like -20 for a few days. Man, it got so cold in that cabin, dude. I took my bed out of the bedroom, and I put it over by the wood stove, bro, because it was so cold. And we lost power for like 4 days on this road. And like, if you lose power up here, you're losing power for like 3 to 4 days. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So all I had was a wood stove. I had no fridge. Like, my little monitor heater that runs off kerosene has electricity too. So
Wait, so how'd you with food? How that?
Dude, just wood stove and like going down to Bangor and living off like canned stuff.
Oh damn, my man living on fucking scratch.
Dude,
Damn.
what's crazy though? Like my neighbor lives down the road.
Yeah.
He lives off grid. He's completely unaffected by power outages because he has his own solar panels and windmills. And dude, you go to his house and he has the lights on. He's got the TV on. You don't even know. He has a setup so nice.
Wow.
And he has no debt. He has no mortgage. No,
What?
no bills at all.
I gotta get this man on.
Just his tax bill. That's it. And I mean, he's got vehicles. He pays his registration and stuff.
Yeah, but like even then, like that. My God, I can't imagine his
dude,
yearly pay. Like,
yeah,
what?
he doesn't pay for heating. He doesn't have air conditioning. You know, but he's living off grid, bro, and he's doing good. You know what I mean? And he's very in touch with being very self sufficient. And
Wow.
you know,
So is that something you're looking to, like setting up your own solar panels though?
I'd love to, man. I love to, but it's the biggest thing for here is, you know, especially for the most part, everything around here, it's just me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like any project takes a while, like
Sure,
building that
you're
deck
right.
or,
Yeah, you're right.
you know, like cutting, dude, it takes me 7 hours to cut this grass. I mean, granted,
Damn, a whole day to cut your
Dude,
fucking
yeah,
grass.
bro.
Yeah, true. You do have a bunch of
I got the
fucking.
push
You have
mower.
33 acres, so
yeah.
that's a lot.
38, bro.
38,
Dude,
okay.
it was originally 33. I got it surveyed.
Yeah.
And this property's never been surveyed. And I have 38.83 acres. So that's what I own. I own 38.33, and it's most of it.
Shout out to those surveyors though, because that must be wild going through that fucking.
He's like, hey, by the way, you have an extra, you know,
How long does it take for them to survey?
Dude, so the guy I hired, Miles, and his Miles Surveying out of Penobscot County. I recommend him. He's in his 70s and he has no technology, but
and he's fucking wow,
bro. My whole 38 acres. He went with a machete and paint, and he has, you know, the proper surveying. He's a registered surveyor.
Wait, so how does he know what? So there's previous landmarks that he can go off from information from the city or something.
On my deed,
Yeah.
you read the deed of my property, and it says a property. There's a point at the end of the road. This big stake the state puts in. It's a surveying marker, and it says, you know, 1,000 so many feet from that marker on the eastwardly side. There's another mark, and then like so many feet, so many feet. So it gives you an idea of length of the property.
Okay.
And he goes after the deed, and he just measures everything.
Okay.
So that's what he does with his little transponder thing, and he measured my whole property and marked all of it, and made a map and stuff.
What?
So I have a map of my whole property.
Oh,
in
you
the
gotta show
cabin.
me
I'll
after.
show
I
it to you.
wanna
It's
see
pretty
that.
cool. And so that was pretty cool. Dude, it was this dude in the 70s, late 70s.
Still doing that though.
Still doing it, bro. And he did it took a whole month. And dude, he did my whole property, bro.
Wait, so like he was camping out there?
No, he would park his truck over here, jump on my 4-wheeler, and he'd have a coworker with him. Oh, shit. He'd have a coworker with him that would help him, you know, make the property and stuff. But he was out here for a month, every single day for a whole month.
How does that cost? That must be a lot though. Because
up here in Maine's a lot cheaper. I paid $7,000 for the 38 acres. So
That's
that was
nothing.
Not
I feel
bad.
like
I mean,
compared
you get like, you know, half an acre surveyed in Mass. It's about the same price, you know.
God damn, and yeah, you got a fucking steal and a half.
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean, dude, I put my septic system in for $13,000, dude, and I had to put a pump station in, which is really expensive. I mean, a septic system down in Mass is going to cost you 20 to 30 grand. You know what I mean, with the excavation company and all. But dude, shout out my neighbors.
Yep,
they came over here, helped me install it and stuff. I got the tank in, and that's one thing about Maine is people out here will help you.
Yeah,
you know,
because like you said though, it's because you know they've been in probably the same situation, and they're like, dude, it fucking sucks.
People so help me, I'm gonna help the next people come out.
Exactly. You know? Just like, oh, that story is why when you told me when your fucking pipe bursted under your fucking cabin. Oh my God, dude, that guy's a savage for him. Shirtless, like what? I was like, hold up.
He came here and I'm like, Rick, it's really, really nasty under here. He's like, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. Dude, he was in there with his knees full of crap, bro. Just it was human feces.
Yo, my God, dude, that's like but the thing is, but going back, like, dude, it takes a certain type of person to want to do that up here, man. It's not easy to live off grid. Like, people are like, oh, it's simple living. Well, it's simple in the sense of like, you don't need to worry about like these over amenities. Like, it's like, I don't know, like, because I can imagine some people don't have the internet, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, basic shit. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So it's like, just literally the basics, but it's, you know what I mean, it's not easy, man. You have to fucking, like you said, learn to navigate, learn to grow, learn to fucking be a problem solver, honestly.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Look around, bro. half the stuff I have here doesn't run or barely runs.
Yeah,
bro.
that's all. If it barely runs, that's all it needs. Like, all right, we can move this shit. Let's go.
They say up here in Maine, a man's wealth is not judged about how much money he has, but how many non-running vehicles he has in his front yard.
Well, that guy up the road fucking got plenty.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, but like, and I want to go back to like what your important thing you're saying is this. You know, you built all this though. You know, and that's the thing. Like, it's like you can look back on your life and be like, wow, I built. And then whenever you have kids, you know, pass it down to them and like. They can look back on like what it was before, like wow, this shit was how the fuck he went through this shit. Like what the you know what I mean?
Spent the whole winter, you know, taking a dump in a hole out in the woods.
Exactly, yo. I was like, I come here, I'm like, where's my porta potty? I was like, what the fuck?
That thing was something else, bro. It'd be the worst 2 a.m. getting up in January. You gotta take a dump, bro. It's snowing out. You're in pajamas. You gotta go all the way outside and walk, 50 feet out into the woods to take a freaking dump, bro.
Dude, I remember when I was here last time. I went out there at night, and you just hear some wild shit out there, man. You're just like, do I really need a shit? Do I really need to? Even though it's right there, you're like looking at it, you're like.
Dude, then you lift the toilet seat and you sit on it.
Yeah.
You get a freaking hit off the last person's shit. It feels warm on your butt, It's like,
No, that's just a heated seat setting.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's a manipulation of the mind, You gotta you gotta switch it up, But dude, it's awesome, man. Dude, I would love to help you put solar panels up. It would give me experience whenever I fucking set up my shit. Because it's inevitable too, and you can probably get some on Amazon. I don't know how it would be for houses, but obviously we had to do some research. But it probably shouldn't be that bad. You know what I mean? You just fucking.
I like to put them right here on the garage because the garage is the garage is built better than the cabin.
You might have to get some batteries to store the extra, extra charge or whatever you make from it. And I don't know, man. You can definitely we can make it work.
Dude,
yeah, and that's how it is, dude.
Man.
It's all problem solving, right?
Yep. That's excuse me.
No,
my cousin owns 5 acres in the middle of me, and she has no power there.
Oh, damn. How's she liking it?
She's only been up here a few times.
Oh, okay. It's more of a vacation home.
She kind of, she bought the property, I think, just to have property. You know what I mean? She has a good job down in Mass.
Oh, okay.
So she bought the 5 acres next door. I mean, it's a dump. You've been over there.
Yeah. The neighbors are very rich.
We've cleaned it out quite a bit.
Oh, I can't imagine how different it is from the last time I was there.
We'll go for a walk down there. Or maybe we'll take the Jeep or something.
Oh,
so
take the Jeep. Cleaner. I'm down.
It just sucks that somebody robbed her recently.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Robbery is not something common up here.
I was going to say, dude, you literally have to, guys, for you to get here, it's literally a dirt road, and then there's a sign saying,
private,
only private property owners back here. So, like, you're literally in Timbuktu fucking and it's like, you would have to know who the fuck's back here, and even then, you got some balls to be going back here. Like, what the fuck are you going to be?
Luckily, I got the sheriffs came down here and they did the report and stuff, and hopefully they find who did it. Only because I think stealing is just wrong,
No, exactly.
But whatever.
And that's another topic. Just like look at. It sucks because people have lost the morality of laws to keep safety for everybody. Because look at like San Francisco and and then you'll hear people make excuses like, "Oh, damn! Like they're just stealing. They're doing it because they have to feed sell it so they can feed like the food or whatever. They're stealing food because they need to feed their family." And then you see fucking motherfuckers at like goddamn Gucci stores like, "Oh, you really need to feed your family, huh?" Like what the fuck?
Get out of here.
I don't know. I guess people would be devil's advocate. Oh, well, they could just sell it and make I'm like, like if you really need something, if you're going to steal anyway, why not just go direct to the food and steal the, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. But I can't say.
I feel like America, if you have a dream, I feel like you still can. If you have a dream, you want to do it, whatever that may be, you can still have a chance of doing it. You just have to put the work in. You know what I mean? Whether that's, living out in the woods, or maybe living down in New York City, or living down in California, or becoming, a podcaster, or becoming a fireman. I feel like this country, you still have the opportunity to kind of do what you really want to do done. You just got to put the work in. You know what I mean?
Okay, man.
Not have to worry, not have to have that mindset of somebody else is going to give it to me, or, but you got to just put the work in, that's all.
It's beautiful, man. It's true, though.
I don't know.
No, you are. Dude, that's it. Dude, our forefathers, we talked about like even just like your dad and like, my parents and stuff. And like, like that's a generation where they still like they weren't affected by today's like technology as
Yep.
much. You know what I mean? Obviously, they saw the growth of it, but like it wasn't like a main thing in our lives where like our phones are literally by our hips all the time. You know, they had to go out, bust ass, like get what the fuck needs to get done. You know, like and I don't know. And people, I feel like that's another thing that helps us. That a lot of people lost is their connection with their family, like their lineage, and like how they got to this country, and like why they came to this country, and like how lucky you really are to have what you have right now. Like, it may like perception wise, oh, I'm not a good. Well, you're better than what your forefathers were. You know what I mean? Your forefathers were like, and that's another thing too. Like, a lot of people like I feel they're like, oh, America's raised all that shit. I'm like, dude, but like, look at how much we've grown just in like 200, like in our lifetime. Like we had a fucking if they really are like, you know, we had a black president. We've had, you know, blacks like in governmental spots and political like good positions, and like that wasn't like that, you know, fucking you know 80 years ago, like 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like how like we've grown in such a short time.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, people are just so
very fast paced country.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's just a lot of shit we forget about and how much we do appreciate it. And I'm on the same boat, man. It's you just got to work hard. It's not easy, you know. Nothing's given to you, you know. And if it is given to you for free, then it's not free.
I feel like this too. There's more of an appreciation for like if it's a truck you worked for, or like you know you buy a new vehicle, you buy a new truck, and then you pay off the loan, and you got the title in your hand, or just like whatever it may be, like something you own and you worked for. You get more of appreciation than something that's been given to you. You know what I mean? Like. I don't know. You build a garage. You have more appreciation for the garage you tried to build than somebody that built it for you. You know what I mean? I feel like same thing for like vehicles or homes or anything else in life.
Well, fuck yeah.
You get more of appreciation of something you put the effort into. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Just like you know, like you said, you have these cars. You're fixing most a couple up, and then like most. But this like. To know that, like, when you do solve, again, problem solving and then fixing it, it's like, oh, shit. Like, that. And that was me with my Jeep, man. And that's, dude, I love, like, I was so sad when I sold it because it was, again, it's like, if it's like a part of me, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, that thing was going to go in the scrapyard before I bought it and did the project. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's still, but the thing is now it's awesome. I sold it to, you know, I don't want to say his name, but shout out to that gentleman, though. He was a great man. He was a Jeep head, too. Like, he had, like, 7 other Jeeps. He's like, I've never had a Cherokee, though. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. And then, like, you know, he's an ex-Navy and stuff. And he was like, honestly, he's like, I'm either thinking to give it to my daughter or just kind of have it as, like, you know, a toy. I'm like, and, you know, I mean, he even said, he's like, dude, you did a lot of the fucking work on this thing, man. It's basically just, like, maintenance shit. I'm like, yeah, dude. He's like, because I, you know, I did the motor swap. I did the transmission. And like you said, dude, like, every time you turn that car on, either you fully pay for it or like your house when you turn the lights on, and you're like, wow, like I made this happen. You know, it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's like this little Jeep I bought. I got this Jeep for $400. And it runs barely, but like I'll be on the 4-wheeler trail, and there's people driving by me in like $28,000 side by side.
Right? Like, get the fuck out of here, bitch!
Dude, I'm having just as much as fun as you with my $400 piece of junk.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like, I don't know.
And it's even more fun because you don't have to worry about it getting like dirty because it's already fucking dirty. Like, I'm gonna add some more character to it.
If it breaks down right here, whatever. I had a fun time. I'll leave it right out here in the woods. Somebody else will take it. You know?
That's the thing I like about Jeeps though. Like, it's very like. You can go on a forum or something, you know, and like there's a lot of information out there to fix them and shit. Yeah, and that's why I love it. And that's why honestly, like the next time I get a Cherokee, man, like whenever I have a house like this or some shit, fam, like my next project I would love to tackle is do a diesel swap.
Yeah, dude. Hey, man, if you want to move up here to Bradford, Maine, man, I'll help you. I got some equipment here.
Yeah, you literally have everything. We can fucking bulldoze a whole goddamn forest and start capping with the wood we make.
We can bulldoze a town if they act up.
Better watch out, fuckers. No, Aaron, man, dude. I was gonna say we are getting to a wrap up part, man. I appreciate you coming on the podcast, boss. Seriously, hey, man. I'm happy to finally have you on. I know
appreciate you being up here, man. This has been different for me.
Really? How was? Actually, no. We'll talk after. But like, no, thank you for coming on, man. It was awesome. I appreciate you. Anytime, even though we kind of just more bullshit. Well, you did hear a little bit about your story, but you know, maybe next time you come on, you can talk a bit more about yourself, your past life and shit. You know.
Sure.
No, but dude,
that sounds good.
It was awesome, man. Thank you so much.
I try, bro.
Hey, that's all you can do. But I was gonna say, you want I know you're not a social media guy, but like I don't know if you want to promote like anything in general, like maybe like fire for like any words of wisdom, or maybe like you want to share someone who wants to get into this lifestyle, or I mean anything in general. Like all the floor is yours.
I don't know.
No, take your time. No, dude. Silence is sometimes the best thing.
911 is for emergencies only. Remember that.
I like that.
Don't be calling 911 because your dog's lost or you lost your phone out in the woods.
You're like, sorry, your dog's probably dead from a bear.
Being a firefighter,
yeah,
and whatnot. Sometimes 911 is abused. That's all
really,
I gotta say.
really like that. Oh, I can imagine out here though. They probably just want to talk to you.
No, really though. 911's for emergencies. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I like that. Hey,
rethink before you call, not because your phone got dropped into a lake or something.
yeah, like that's when you get the excavation crew, not us.
That's when you go and buy a new phone. Don't rely on the fire department to come to dig out your phone that you dropped in the lake because you were drunk.
Have a fishing magnet trying to fucking get that bitch out right. You probably find everything but that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I gotta say. I got no promotions, man.
No, dude. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on as always, boss. Great to reconnect too after a couple of years.
Absolutely, man.
And guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Thank you for supporting me on my journeys of this podcast journey. I hope you guys are doing, but most importantly, I hope you guys are doing the best you can for yourselves and the communities around you. Because you know why? You fucking deserve it.
Hell yeah.
Peace. Oh, and it just died. Let's go.
Dude, that was right on, bro.
Holy shit, dude. I'm not even going to lie. I was like, okay, we're going to end it right. All right, guys, have a good one.
Damn.